Life is actually really long. It's really, really long. It's just that we waste it.
Wasting your life, one of the big traps we fall for. Here is the other one.
I think hope is kind of a trap.
I've compiled 14 clips where Naval Ravikant will share 7 lessons about these 2 traps in life and how he thinks about escaping them. I will expand on them with examples and things that I found to be true. I'm Jordan, made over $5 million, hired 50 people, and here is Naval's first insight.
Life is actually really long. It's really, really long. It's just that we waste it. We fritter it away. We fritter it away because we're, doing things that we think are low value, or we're mortgaging the present to try, for some imagined future.
So could it be that in those moments when you feel like you are wasting your time, that you are doing things that you do not find valuable, and that you are doing this less meaningful work because you are renting the present for an imagined future, and that is the exact reason why you fear death?
What we're afraid of when we think we're going to die is we're actually asking for more time. We're basically saying, no, wait, I'm not ready to go yet.
So you want more time to do more meaningless work? Why, my friend? Because of hope?
I think hope is kind of a trap. If you remember the old Pandora's box story, Pandora in Greek mythology, she opens this box and there's all these horrible things in the box that come out of the box: war, pestilence, death, famine, etc. And she looses all these evils on the world. And then at the bottom is hope, and that's supposed to make us feel good. Like, oh, okay, don't worry, there's hope. That might actually be the biggest problem, because hope is you basically thinking things are going to be better tomorrow, and so not really embracing what you have today. And if you're in a very difficult situation, maybe you need hope. But I think in general, it's bad to live a life full of hope because it's throwing today away.
Even more so if you think that 6 months from now, things will be better. It implies that things are worse right now, you see? So then how do we escape this cycle of stupidity? Well, Naval shares his insights later in the video. But first, we need to understand more about fear.
I think everyone's fear ultimately, all fears are children of the fear of death. The fear of death is the big one.
Is the fear of death the root fear where all other worries come from? It's a good question, because as an entrepreneur myself, do I fear going bankrupt? Or do I fear dying from bankruptcy? Do I really fear death in this example? I think Naval's statement that all fears are the children of the fear of death, I don't think that is completely true. But that most people are afraid of death, and that the fear of death is the biggest fear in life, well, that seems true to me. If you want to know more things that I found to be true in my own life and business, I write about them in my weekly 2-minute email. I will put a link somewhere below to my Google Sheet with over 80 plus free tools that help me save time in my business, personal life, and so on. Again, all free, and then you also will receive my emails. Anyways, back to Naval.
It's a good question to ask. Why do we fear death? What are we so afraid of?
Why is it an important question to ask? Well, isn't fear itself the root emotion in life that causes most, if not all, unhappiness? Fear. Like when you say, I'm stressed, isn't there a fear behind that stress? Or when you say, I'm angry, isn't there a fear of yourself behind that anger, right? So the fear that you might have to do something, a fear of not being able to control yourself, that you know you are capable of hitting someone, so you get angry out of fear, trying to avoid it by showing your anger. Could it be that it's actually about the fear of the unknown, that we fear the unknown, that is the root fear, not the fear of death, but the fear of not knowing what will happen, and that is why enlightenment is the last, if not the only, mountain in life to climb or return from?
Am I going to die? Like, the death thing is interesting to think about. You kind of can't look away. It's like the most important thing that's going to happen to you, right? So you have to think about it. But I don't want to self-obsess.
The second trap of life, obsessing and thinking about yourself. Because isn't a great paradox that the more you try to control the outcome, the more you fear losing control?
The reason I don't self-obsess anymore, or never even got that into it, is because I just found it both a waste of time, as well as it was just destroying my happiness. Happiness is a big word, so more peace. It was intruding on my peace.
So then what is the solution? Well, first let's listen to the solution to wasting your life.
So I think it's not that we fear death. I think it's that we fear not living the life that we want. And I think the easiest way to get out of that, it's not easy, is just to start living the life that you want now, not putting it off. And I'm guilty of that too. Everyone's guilty of that. We just put off our lives.
I mean, is that really the solution? Or are there 2 solutions?
I like games. I think we all like games. We all play games. We play the social game. We play the video games. We play the money games. We play the fitness game. We play the fame game. We play the love game. We play the happiness game. We all play games. And I've played a lot of games my whole life of every kind. And I've won a lot of games. And the reason to win the game is so you can be done with it. So you can see through it. If you just keep playing the same game over and over and over, grinding, trying to go higher and higher and higher, maybe that works for somebody. It doesn't work for me. So I like to either see through games or I like to be done with them.
Well, I actually read the following the other day, and I want to read it to you because so far it has been the best answer that I found. I quote, "One must either be content with one's individual accomplishments, or one must break free from the notion of individuality." Wow, it actually ties back to what Naval said here.
The paradoxical answers come from, do you choose to adopt the viewpoint of yourself as a separate person, or do you take the viewpoint of your spiritual self?
So to stop wasting your life, you can either be content with your individual accomplishments, like Naval said here.
Make sure you really enjoy your work. Make sure you really are only working with the people that you really like working with.
Or you actually see through the game.
Once they've seen through the illusion of the separate self, they're no longer self-obsessed, and therefore their love that was earlier turned inwards and became ego, love for the self, went outwards, and it still flows.
So then how do you see through this game? Well, I found 27 clips where Naval talks about it. You may watch it here or not. I think it's one of my best videos, at least the most interesting to me. Anyways, talk soon.